Hello, everybody. It's Jill from I'm Here With, and we have back on our channel for the second time Rowan Jang. He's out in Vancouver. He's the co-owner of MiTribe Media. He's also the a film director, producer, and was an actor back in the day. And we just really connect with Rowan and how sweet he is. He really wants to bring people together. He's doing his events with his MiTribe Media group collective in Vancouver that goes all over. They all support each other. They do screenings. Like this group really elevates each other. I can't believe that we don't have anything like this in Calgary. Like you got to come here to Calgary and instigate this. So Rowan, hi, how are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me back on. Excited to be here and chatting again.
Oh, we just love having you on. You're so much fun and you're so down to earth. And you're just kind of one of those people that bring people together, a leader, a tribe leader. I guess that's why you named it that. So, for the last time that we had our interview, we talked all about how you got into film and how you've really done it all behind the scenes to learn what you want to be doing now as a producer. But this My Tribe group you get to be doing, following, showing, sharing everybody else's work. How does that feel to be like a leader in your community? Like, do you see yourself as that? I know it's
Um,
so funny.
that's a good question. I mean, I didn't start seeing myself as that until people started saying that. When we started My Tribe Media, it was all about doing something to support local filmmakers and musicians here in Vancouver, BC, people who are emerging artists. So we wanted the company to be a platform for emerging artists to create and share their work. So the concept was we'd be a production services company
Okay, they
offering
come to you.
rentals
Yeah.
and yeah, things like that. We do a number of services now, rentals. We have a recording studio that we rent out. We have a house filming location that we rent out, and I help with other location rentals. But we've also kind of become known as an events company, as a company that produces live shows, concerts,
Mhm.
and networking events. And I guess it's through that I started to hear that we're something that in the community that people really enjoy, and I guess yeah, people have used that we're leaders in the community, and it's an honor. That wasn't what we started out uh, with as our goal, but it's nice to see that people appreciate that we bring them together and that people seem to have a great time at our events. I love the events, even though they're not as don't turn as much money in as the other services. It's definitely the highlight of my month when I can throw a big show and bring people together.
That's so cool. Like there's so much to you that I want to ask and get everybody to know more about you. But let's get into the details of your next event. It's happening in like 4 days. So tell us when, where, how people in Vancouver can be a part of it. It's on socials. And I was really hoping that this event or some other one in the future, if you get photography done, we could do where we show the audience in a nice spread online and in print the pictures from your event. So the next issue will have a picture of you and about you for February in chapters. But the next one after that is going to have the My Tribe event. So people can really see what they could do, even if they went there from anywhere in the country, really. So let's hear about the September 20th, the theme, when, where, all that stuff.
Yes, so it's this Friday at the Anza Club, which is in Mount Pleasant here in Vancouver. It's a historic venue, and it's basically our first of the My Tribe Mixers of the year. And My Tribe Mixers are what we call a stress-free networking event for the film and music industries. And yeah, they're really the core of what I was talking about, bringing the community together. Each month we have sort of featured filmmakers of the month. These are the artists we're going to spotlight with an interview. They're going to talk about how they got their start in the film industry. They're going to share any filmmaking tips that they may have and answer any questions for people in the audience. And in this case, there's actually going to be a screening associated with that, because very happy to have at this event the filmmakers at Hammer Tong Studios. They're a great production company here in Vancouver, run by James Kingstone, who's well known because he also runs the East Van Showcase here in Vancouver in October's at the Rio Theater. But this is a screening of The Hub, which is a workplace comedy series that they made, a hysterical workplace comedy series. We're gonna screen, I believe, the first episode, and it's
Oh,
gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, it was written by Kyle Dodorico and stars Ana Pacheco. So these are very prominent people in the Vancouver film community. So we're going to screen that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have a Q&A, and then we'll have some door prizes from our community partners, including Crazy Eights, the Mighty Asian Movie Making Marathon. They usually offer free passes to their events. So it's kind of each community building organization is supporting each other, which is really nice. And then we have an open mic. So an open mic is basically you can go up, anyone in the audience can go up and introduce yourself to everyone and just say, hi, I am Jill, I am
ah,
a movie star.
oh,
Um,
soon to
and
be,
I
soon to be. Yeah.
yes, and I'm looking to work on any projects. Or you can just say, "Hi, my name's Frank. I'm here to make new friends." It can be anything you want. You have 60 seconds. The mic's yours, and then
Wow.
we finish the whole night off with live music. There's a different live music act every month, so it's a whole mix of things, and it's a good time. There's a bar and. Yeah, you can bring food in, and yeah, it's great.
That sounds like so crazy. It sounds like you're like the film commissioner of Vancouver, for goodness sake, for like their age, of like your age group. Um,
Mm.
which is what? Like you're in the 20s to 30 group? I don't even know. I don't want to judge a man's age and get him upset.
Yeah, the late 20s. We'll
Yeah,
say
that's what I
in
thought.
the right ballpark. Yeah.
Whenever I hear you talking about what you have coming up or what you do, I feel like, oh my God, this is a platform that is just sitting there with the nicest guy heading it. Like, oh my gosh. So talk to me about who are the people that are running the MiTribe group? What do they do? How can we get a hold of you? Because having a screening is like a big thing. Not in Calgary, there's no group that just says like, hey, I'll screen your stuff for you. So I feel like,
Mm.
how does that work? You want to be respected though. You don't want to just have any goof come to you, but I'm sure there's a screening process. But let's get into that.
Mm. Yeah, so those were some great questions. I am usually the face of my tribe, but I'm part of a team, and we're a team of equals. I am the co-owner. I own exactly 50% of the company. The other half is owned by Henry Corbett, who is in charge of the music making side of the company. So he runs MiTribe Studio. We have all these different artists that we work with, and he works to bring the mixer together on the music side, both in finding the artist and in the sound engineering. So yeah, if you're looking to get involved on the music side, email Henry at mitribemedia.com. He handles that. I handle the film screenings. If you're looking to screen a film, then send that to Rowan at mitribemedia.com. And yeah, we usually have quite a significant backlog, but yeah, always happy to hop on a phone call, have a chat about really any of our services. So we're the two co-owners, and then for events. Our event coordinator is Kelly Q, and she is basically in charge of making sure everything runs smoothly at the events. Security, answering any guest concerns. So if you have any event specific questions, you can get in contact with her. And then all our contact forms are actually on the website, mitribemedia.com. So yeah, and then
Let's spell MiTribe for the audience so they
yeah,
know how to find you.
yeah, good point. So MiTribe is spelled MiTribe. So not MyMI, MiTribe Media. The reason for that is during the conception and creation process of this company, initially when we envisioned the logo, we thought there would be like this crazy kind of third eye chakra thing dot
Ooh, Rowan,
my trap.
to me. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, that's well, it just sort of never happened. That was the idea, but it never happened. So now it's just MiTribe Media with an I. But
Wow, are you
yeah,
a little bit spiritual and into yoga and like practicing stuff like that, or what?
um, I mean, I don't do yoga. I guess I would call myself spiritual. I believe in higher powers and karma and energy and things like that. And Henry is actually also a great visual artist, graphic design, drawer, painter, and stuff like that. So he was going to create it. Interestingly, Henry is Dominican. Well, he was born in Canada, but he's of Dominican descent. And the logo we ended up with is a Taino drawing from the peoples of the Dominican Republic. So I think we still got a cool logo, despite the eye not materializing.
It does. It looks a little bit like from Aztec-y or something. I don't know. Just
Mhm.
like the energy that comes from when you're speaking about it. But I feel like that's so interesting, like how you got so many people to follow you, like in such a short amount of time. So I want to know the story of like when you and your friend were just like, yo, man, we need to like get people together. Like how did that all go? Where you actually just like did your first event or however it went. Like I want to know something a little bit more about that.
Yeah, well, the conversation basically went a lot like that. Like, yo, man, we should just like get people
No
together. And
sense.
that was pretty much a
No
direct quote.
Oh geez. I know I'm pretty clairvoyant, a little
Yeah,
intuitive. So yeah,
yeah,
I can feel what's going on. I can see how you are. Keep going.
yep, yeah, totally. So basically, we made Henry was going to Capilano University and taking the film program there, and there was a short film that he decided to make as part of the film program. It was actually rejected to be made as part of their film program because it was too ambitious. But we decided to make it anyways. Actually, I've known Henry since grade one when we were both 6 years old. So old childhood friend. But by that point, I had already been in the film industry for a while an actor and getting into independent producing. So he contacted me and he was just like, "Yo, man, my film got rejected, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Do you want to just like help or something?" It's like, "Yeah, sure."
Oh, he did it out of his. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Wasn't
So
gonna let
we
that stop him. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the film's called Dark Day and Night. We made it. I think there's a link to the full film
Is it
on the
good
website.
or is it like super indie and of course it didn't get picked up? Or were you like, yo, man, I see, the story potential? Like, is it good or bad? What do you
Yeah,
think?
I mean, it is a student film, but a good one. It got into some film festivals. Nothing major, but it did get placed in film festivals. So I would say it is a good student film. I'll put it that way. Of
Were you
course, we
kind of like behind him then, being like, you know what, there's not enough people? Because Vancouver's huge, right? It's the land
mm,
of actual successful in Canada, Toronto, and Vancouver, and some people like Jan Arden and stuff who are really successful in Calgary. But you know, Vancouver is like obviously so much more people, so many more studios. Riverdale's filmed there, like it's huge. And we
Yeah.
all as Calgarians and other people from far away, we don't get to actually see what's really going on in the community. We kind of see who's who a little bit. And I remember
Yeah.
when I was researching, because I've lived in Vancouver, I've stayed there lots in BC as well. Like that's a huge, I purposely was like, I want this community speaks to me. You guys are doing a lot more things. And
Mhm.
it's just like that kind for Calgary, for somebody to come up with what you're doing, we have that within our CSIF group, our Story Hive group, and those are managed by like and like Calgary Film Group. So like they're the big groups, we don't have anything quite what you do. And I don't think anyone in town would dare to even create something like that because it would be almost competition because we already have those sources of where we can go rent places and rent things. But something that like people don't think of is that it's your tribe that you're helping. It's not about like helping the people that already need it or they're already successful. It's the people that come find you and they
Mhm.
end up saying, "Oh my gosh, with you I could maybe achieve this." And I
Mhm.
feel like I'm so similar to you with my magazine, with connecting people to the people. It just,
That's right.
yeah, and I try to do events actually once in a while with my magazine when we do launches. And we have so much fun and different types of people come all the time. But yeah, what you're doing is really activating and really putting a platform for people like every, like you said, every 2 weeks or whatever to be seen. And I just love what you're doing, Rowan. So I'm always here to support you guys and share what you're up to because you always have so many things going on. I do think that like eventually we will meet, and I can't
Yes.
wait for people to see you in the magazine and then maybe want to keep following the magazine. Who knows? So you're
Yeah.
definitely somebody throughout my travels that I like was researching and had found what you're up to. And I don't know how I actually like met you before or anything, maybe through somebody, but I definitely know somebody had like said, "Oh, this guy, you should check him out." I think of what you're trying to achieve by bringing people together in quite a big way for your tribe of people that really need you, because there's so
Mm.
many people that don't have a platform or a place to go to maybe start the creation or share it. So good on you, man. I'm like loving what you're up to.
Oh, well, thanks very much. And you're a special guest at any of our events anytime when you come by. Someone should ought to start this kind of thing in Calgary because as you say, it's only a few organizations are doing
Yeah, it's not
anything
needed for
remotely
we
similar.
we have that already in our group, Story Hive and CSIF. And then
Yeah.
all the production companies, they do their own thing. But there's a lot of collaboration because we always come together for the big events, which is
Mhm.
the Alberta Awards or Rosie Awards that we have every year.
Mhm.
And it's so fun. And I'm like love and I support that awards as well. Um,
Yeah.
or whatever. And it's like, you should be coming to our stuff and we should be coming to your stuff. That's how we grow our network, like for real. Because we're so
Yeah.
far away. And sometimes,
Yeah.
yes, it's hard to keep connection. And I
Mhm.
feel like people should really think about that a little bit more because they don't want to lose their connection. Because when you think of, hey, I want to travel here, some people just do it for travel. But really, whenever I go somewhere, I go to connect, create, share what I'm doing with them in the magazine. And so I'm always on like a mission to help people. It's but like just actively, I just wake up and do it, Rowan. Like I don't even know why I'm doing this magazine sometimes. Yes, it's a business, but behind the scenes, like I'm trying to help people like you get seen of what you're doing. That's like a big thing, you know? But with media, it costs money usually, right?
Yeah.
You want to like
Yeah.
have PR people that send out their stuff at the big celebrities. They don't have even time to do interviews. And I don't think you really have very much time even. We don't get to chat enough, but
Mhm.
definitely good that you're sharing about this because it is a platform, you guys, to really get seen, show your artwork, just even meet Rowan and his group. They're a lot of fun. I watch you guys on socials and it's just like, I wish I was there with you guys. So in spirit, I will. And I will do a little bit of singing bowl meditation for good vibes for you guys, even tonight. I will do it for you.
Awesome. Thank you. We will receive that. We will receive that energy
Oh
through
my
the
goodness.
third eye dot that's not actually on our logo.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's there in spirit. But tell us anything else that you want to before we let you go.
Yeah. So the MiTribe mixers, where you can find out about all our services, including our location rentals, our self-taping services, our casting services, and our music services.
Mhm.
Our MiTribe mixers are every second month on the third Friday. So we're doing one in January. The next one will be March, every
Okay.
second month. So you can learn all about our services through those events or on our website, mitribemedia.com. And it's MiTribe Mixers January. You can find it on Eventbrite or Instagram or Facebook. And yeah, if you're in BC, if you're in Vancouver, we'd love to meet with you. And if you're not, we'd still love to connect with you and maybe work together at some point.
That's so cool. Thank you so much for being on the show. We always appreciate it. And we will see and connect with you another day.
All right. Thanks, Jill.
You too.